Hello and welcome to the Peak Millennials podcast. I'm your host, Natalie.
And I'm your host, Collins.
Each week, we delve deep into various peak millennial topics, exploring what we remember and what we want to forget, and read more captivating stories that will evoke a sense of deja vu in all of us. This is the age before iPhones and social media that we know today, where a good mix CD, silver eyeshadow, and MTV raised us. So crack open a Jones soda, kick off your black Converse, and let's teleport to the world of peak millennials. Make sure to send your stories to peakmillennialspod@gmail.com or our Instagram at peakmillennialpod. Peak Millennials Pod. I can't talk today, clearly not. And then if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We come out every Monday.
Every Monday. You know what? Just like Garfield, we also hate Mondays.
Always. But we love Mondays because it's the day that our stuff comes out. But Mondays they always come too fast. This week I'm super excited because we are going to talk about makeup. I love that. Look at how
I had to show this first shot because I need you to know.
Look at those brows.
When you're mean to me, this is who you're talking to. Oh my gosh. If this is the first time you're ever listening to the podcast,
I love those
or
brows.
watching it, I am showing right now my 10th grade school picture. I still smile the same.
Where we met.
Oh, we were just talking about eyebrows because this episode title is called Thin Brow Chronicles. But first off, I want to say, hi, how are you?
Hello. I am good. And you? How are you?
I cried a lot this week. It just kind of felt emotional, you know? The unknown is kind of a little scary. But
I dyed my hair today.
Yes. And if someone hasn't already gone in the comments and said, wow, Natalie is so stunning, so gorgeous. I remember what I was going to do before we came on. Pretend you're not hearing me typing. There we go.
I don't hear anything. No typing.
You don't hear anything
whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
No typing.
Your hair looks stunning. It looks gorgeous.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I feel like you're on another level. And I'm over here with literal glitter on my face in honor of our episode today.
We kind of went two very distinctively different genres, I think, today. Mm-hmm. You went very early 2000s and I went like mid-10s.
And honestly,
the teens.
Both of them are beautiful. Mid-teens.
Mid-teens.
I was,
mid-teens.
If I had 2 hours to do my makeup today, I would have done a full 2016 beat.
Oh, a full beat? Full beat.
I love a full beat.
I do. I do. I like it on other people. I do.
You like it on other people, but not yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I feel like if it's on me, it just doesn't. I don't know. I don't feel right. I feel like something's not right there. I don't know. I like watching other people do makeup, and I love watching like a good YouTube video where they're just doing a full face, like a Bailey Sarian or like a Robert Welsh.
Absolutely.
Like, I love watching you do that, but I feel like if I were to put that on, like it just wouldn't, like it doesn't sit the way that I want it to, and then I get mad, and so I just stick to the things that I do. I like to do.
I definitely can relate to that. So we are talking about millennial makeup trends, things that we feel nostalgia about. and want to invite you in on the conversation. Like we said, we want you to send your stories via email because we love email. You got mail. We need to have like a you got mail
Bing
sound or
bong.
something. Bing
Bing
bong.
bong.
Or you can go over to our Instagram, which thank you for updating it this week.
It's fine.
I love it. But that's Peak Millennials Pod. But we are going to be jumping into memories and stories about peak millennial makeup from the 2000s to the mid 2000s to the 2010 and 2016s as like a little overview because honey baby, we got YouTube like in the middle of our adolescence because I don't know who showed us how to do makeup other than like watching a YouTube video. But I want to know, when was the first time you ever put on makeup?
I had to have been 11. I think that
Yeah.
was when I was 11 is when my mom was like, "Okay, you can put on makeup." And by like makeup, it was a Maybelline eyeshadow stick, like those chunky eyeshadow sticks. And then the pink and green Great Lash mascara.
It's over here. The pink. I think I've
pink and green.
We'll use that until the day I'm dead. I remember the first time wearing makeup because my mom was an Avon lady.
Oh,
like seriously, like not just being like, "Ooh, my mom's lipstick," because there is a picture of me, and I'm like 6, and I'm covered in lipstick. You know, that's not
I guess
being serious.
I didn't count like those because like
right. I'm not counting those.
Yeah, but like the first time that I ever wore makeup was probably when I was 11 or 12, I think.
Yeah. Is that like 5th and 6th grade?
Yeah. I 6th grade, but I couldn't wear it to school.
Yeah, I
knew that I could wear makeup when I was in 7th grade. 7th grade I could wear makeup, and again, it was the same Maybelline eyeshadow stick. It was blue frosty because my eyes are blue, and so my mom told me, she was like, "You would look the best with like blue eyeshadow or like a frosty blue, or but brown was too dark." So like we couldn't go brown because like, and I think at the time I can't remember what brand it was. It was either L'Oreal or Maybelline. We were a Maybelline heavy house. But they came out with those like 4 stacks where it was just like the little mini palette, but they
for
were
your eye color, right?
Yeah, for your eye color. So if you had green, then it was like purples. If it was blue, then it was like browns. And then there was like, if your eyes were brown, then it was like green. And I was like, I don't want blue eyes. I want to be able to put green eyeshadow on, or I want to put blue eyeshadow on. Like, I didn't want to just have brown.
Isn't it funny? Like, we come from an era that was like, you only wear what's flattering to you. And it really wasn't until like the 2010s, and it was like, you can experiment with whatever you want. You can go outside of your eye color. So I'm hazel green eyes. So I always was wearing the purple eyeshadow. And I always felt like I looked like a mortician when I would put it on, because it was just like, because I didn't know what fallout was, and I have like specks of it on my little puffy cheeks over here. So then I'm like, I just look dead. And I didn't want to use like the too dark stuff because like that was also like frowned upon. So I was only using like this frosted, like pink-ish, purpley shade.
This, by the way, was the pencil of choice. It was called Crystal Glitters by Maybelline. And like, I'm gonna see if it will show on here. And it was like this frosty blue color. I had to look this up because it was gonna make me crazy. But I remember that like
frosty blue.
I still really do. And I will tell you, and I had this, for Pete's sakes. Roller Color by Maybelline. It was like a loose powder in a go
Oh,
away. It was like a loose
always
powder
asking.
in a roller
Oh
ball.
my gosh, those are so nostalgic.
I loved a good frosty blue.
I love it. But
I
yeah,
will tell you,
11 was probably the first time I ever wore makeup
yeah.
like that. So,
ColourPop has a Northern Lights, like an Aurora color palette,
mhm.
eyeshadow palette, and it has the best frosty shades of all time.
Oh,
I'm a ColourPop girl. I love I'm
I
like,
love.
yeah, ColourPop.
There's
Oh,
more
that's
over
the
here
Shrek
somewhere.
one. I haven't ordered the Shrek one yet. I love that so much.
But this is one of my favorite palettes, by the way,
I
because
love that
it is
one.
just because again, nobody told me that I could just like have
Mix.
color.
Yeah. I
And
didn't order that one specifically because I have the BT21 one, and
oh,
it is literally like
the same.
the same color setup, and I
Mhm.
was like,
But
I love it.
yeah, so there's the different aesthetics, right? There's the 2000s, the 2005-ish, the 2010s, and then the
Mhm.
2016. Um, but the 2000s aesthetic was really that frosty, right? Turn of the century, a lot of cyberspace, a lot of moon, a lot of intergalacticness. So it was a lot of silvers, it was a lot of metallic shades, it was a lot of like, do you remember there was a Wet and Wild lipstick that it was like iridescent frost on your lips?
Mhm.
Every time I would wear it, my mom would be like, "You look like you're a corpse." But
You
that's
look
what
at
I wanted to look like.
DAD. You're looking a
But it was
little DAD.
it was my favorite, and it was
Mhm.
$1.99, and I could get it at the what was it, Six Star or whatever in Paulsville. Is
Mhm.
basically dollar store, is what Six Star was. But a lot of those trends were the frosted eyeshadow, the thin eyebrows, very futuristic, went with the spiky hair, the little twisty eyes, but it was just like ice iridescent. We saw it in
Powdery. Do you remember how
powdery,
powdery it
yes,
was?
powdery,
Because
yes, everything was like a
you only
satin
had a compact.
finish. Mm-hmm.
You didn't have
Um,
well, I don't ever really remember having any type there was, like, no type of skin prep. There wasn't really
no,
foundation,
you
like,
used your
foundation wasn't really
fingers.
talked about. Yeah, you used your fingers or those, like use them for, like, crafts or, like, nails now, but they were, like, the triangle sponges,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd, like, smear it across your face, you'd be trying to figure it out, and then or you didn't do any of that, and you just got yourself a CoverGirl, like, powder compact, and you're,
Yeah.
like, and just, like, wiping it all over your face, and your face just was, like, powdery and chalky, and you had yeah,
And
I don't
I
think
got it on every sweatshirt. It was
everything. The rim of your
everything.
t-shirt.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
Whereas,
Mm-mm.
like, in the 90s, there it was more, like, moody, like, buried, like, the liner that's not there, but there, type of thing,
Mhm.
where it really was like, "Let's take glitter, let's take metallic, let's take sparkle, and just, like, go to the nth degree." One person who I think embodied what I wanted to look like was Britney Spears in the Oops, I
Mhm.
Did It Again video with the silver eyeshadow all the way to our eyebrow. We
Oh,
didn't know
yeah.
creases. We didn't
No.
know where to stop and where to end.
Mm-mm.
I was using my fingies and just
Mhm.
going all the way. That whole real estate here.
Oh, yeah,
We don't
'cause
have
I mean,
lint.
like, we didn't have,
There
like,
was that
makeup
weird
brushes.
applicator thing,
Yeah, you
but
had
I
an
always
applicator.
snapped it.
Yeah.
No
You
thanks.
only you had a little applicator, you just do, like, a little
Mhm.
swoop, and then sometimes you'd wear mascara, sometimes you wouldn't wear mascara, and you had, like,
Mhm.
nothing. You just had some
Mhm.
crazy eyeshadow. I remember, it was a trend. It was a trend to wear, like, white eyeliner.
Mhm.
Like the biggie sticks, like
The
what you
big
can get,
sticks
like
of white
yeah,
eyeliner.
white
Mhm.
eyeliner, and you would do a big giant swoop of white
Mhm.
eyeliner, and it wouldn't even go in, like, any direction. It was just, like, from end to end, a
To
big
end.
ol' and then
That's
you would
it.
do black eyeliner, like, on your water, like, on your literal water line on the bottom, and then
Yeah.
you do white eyeliner on the top, and it was insane. It was just like it
We
was
were
so cool.
teaching each other things before
Mhm.
YouTube on the school bus because there
Oh,
was no
yeah.
way I could do this at home before going to the bus.
No.
And like I will never forget I'm in the bathroom at CKA and this girl is like because I asked her, how do you get your black eyeliner to not be so like smudgy? Like it was so like sharp, like right
Mhm.
under her eye.
Mhm.
And she took a freaking lighter and
Yeah.
lit the tip of her of
Yes.
just the tip of it
Yeah.
and just lit it on fire
Yep.
and put it on. I'm like, does that not hurt? What is this? And it was the
Did you
only
ever
way
do
to
that
get
and
like,
burn your eyelid?
yeah,
I did.
so often.
I
Trying to see
did.
if I have
So
any
so many
burned
times
ones.
I would do that because I that was my that was my go-to. Once I moved on from shiny eyeshadow because I don't I mean, the light that I have on right now is more, like, warm toned, but, like,
Mhm.
I am not one to I should not. I just should not wear, like, silver. I can't wear silver
Yeah.
toned stuff on my eyes, like, it needs to have,
Mhm.
like, a gold reflect or a pink reflect, and at the time, all the frost was, like, silver silver glitter, silver toned, and that was not a tone that worked well for my skin. So I moved very quickly away from the blue eyeshadows, bless you, to uh black eyeliner. And I did that exact trick where I would take my eyeliner.
Yeah.
I don't know how or where I found a lighter, but
Yeah. How
I
did we
got
where did
one.
we and I don't remember buying any lighters.
I
That's the
don't.
thing. It's like
I just like I maybe I just stole it from
I
somebody.
right. Did I
I don't
steal it?
know.
Did I find it in my siblings' like in the drawer? I don't know.
'Cause
But
it's
it was
not
a
like I
basic
was
lighter.
smoking pot at the time either. Like,
Right.
it's not like I was doing anything that warranted didn't smoke. Like, how did I have a
Right.
lighter? But I had one.
But yeah, we
I don't
definitely
know.
transitioned from this intergalactic into the 2020 or 2020
Mhm.
2005. My brain, where did that go? The 2005, the I mean, I was looking at Paris Hilton for makeup tips. I was looking at Misha Barton and
Mm, mhm.
Rachel Bilson on the OC when they had their thin brows, but for the most part they had eyeliner on
Yeah.
and you could see it. And that was the first time I had ever purchased a blush. And I was going to tell you this story about blush. So
Ooh.
I love blush, right?
Mhm.
So if I look in my bag, my box here, right? I
Yeah.
have a couple bronzers. Those are my go-tos, right? So there was a L'Oreal one. L'Oreal, I love a salmon colored blush or a coral blush. And it came with like that little brush in it. So that's what I used. It's very harsh, right? So I was like, I don't want a harsh line. I want it to sweep on the apples, right? So you always hear the apples of your cheeks. Can I tell you? The L'Oreal said pigment, okay. My pasty ass skin, I'm just sweeping coral. So it looks like I've been crying for hours upon end. And I'm just like, 5 minutes go by and I'm still applying blush with this little thing. And I'm like, oh, I'll tap it across my nose,
Oh
right?
no.
And then I went and
Did
like
you look like
sat down. I
did
looked
you
like I was crying for
did you look
hours.
like Bridget Jones?
Yeah. It was just, and it was like, you have a sunburn? Like, what is
That's what
happening?
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna say. I was like, did you have a
no.
little sunburn going on there?
But
Oh,
I
that's funny.
seriously wore my blush like that in the 9th grade.
I love
And that
that
was
for
just
you.
it. Thank you.
I love that for you. I yeah, I don't really have I don't think I have a makeup story like that. I mean, I have a clothing story that's like that. Where of course I drank that and now I'm like, "Ugh." Um I never have to really burp that much until I'm here talking to you, and then my
That's
body's
okay.
like, "Oh, you have so many burps."
Was it
Um,
the Coke Zero?
Coke Zero. Coke Zero does that to me. Anyways,
Mhm.
no, this is totally like off topic. Well,
Mhm.
I guess it's not really off topic. So I have always really liked to match my eyeshadow to my outfits.
Mhm.
Always. Um, and can't remember if I think it was eighth grade.
Yeah.
Eighth or ninth grade. And I thought I was freaking slick. I thought I was so cool. And I had this outfit that my mom had picked out because like again, growing up as like a fat girl in the 2000s, you literally had one look
Yeah,
and you
one
looked
look.
business casual Kathy. Like you were going to the office or
Yeah.
church. Like those were your two
Yeah.
options.
Mhm.
Um, and mind you, I wasn't, I think then I was a size 12. So like that's not
Right.
even that now in now terms, like not that bad. But
That's not
then it
that's
was
like the
not good.
average, yeah.
Um, so anyway, so my mom had picked out this outfit for like back to school, and it was
Yeah.
this it was green. It was
Like
like
the
a
party green.
lime green kind of
Oh,
color.
okay.
Um, and it was like this sweater vest, and it had like a matching some type of matching like cardigan or something over it. But it also
Mhm.
had like a headscarf. I went through a headscarf phase. Um,
I remember that about you.
yeah, I loved a good headscarf. So, I had this like matching outfit, but then I also decided that I was going to take said excuse me, white eyeliner like
Mhm.
pencil and put it over my eyes, but then I was going to layer that with some green eyeshadow that matched
Oh,
said shirt and whatever the combo was. Um and so I was like, I'm like literally I feel like I'm slaying this outfit. I feel so good about myself.
right.
Um and it was school picture day. So then they come in to take we take our photos and I was like, "Yes, I look so great. Yes, I look so amazing." We got the school photos back. And it was that and I hate this photo and my mom like to this day, she's like, "It's so beautiful." They didn't do what, they normally do where they're sitting a decent distance away from you.
Right.
They zoomed in and it is my whole face in this photo. And
I
like
swear they only did that to like the
to
bigger
the
kids.
fat kids.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they zoomed in hard. So my head looks like this big giant watermelon head cuz like my head is very oval shaped anyways.
Mhm.
So it just looks very long. And so it just makes my head look giant. Like I just looked giant and all you can see is like this green eyeshadow and this like horrendous green like knitted sweater. And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed." But I still to this day love to match my eyeshadow to what I'm wearing because it's just, and I mute it a little bit more now, but I still do because the color transfer on ColourPop is so good.
Yeah.
But I just can't.
So while
Anyway.
you were talking, by the way, I did the next trend that I mentioned, which was concealer lips. So this is my concealer shade.
Oh.
So you put a little concealer, you dab it in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And then you take a clear gloss and put it on top. That was my look. My senior year, that is my picture. Is that like I think I had like definite like raccoon eyes because at that point I had gotten really good with eyeliner. I had to do eyeliner on the bus because I couldn't leave for school. For some reason, my mom didn't like it, or I had to do it in my car. But this is what they tell you not to do now, is to like pull your eye taut or whatever. So we would use the eyeliner trick. We would pull our eye taut. We would get all the inside of our eye and then do it on the outside, but then we would rub our eyes so it would go into the lash line. So it's like even darker, and then you put your makeup on again. So it was a lot of like people getting eye infections. I'm getting a sty. Like I'd have to take a break because like for some reason like it hurts. It hurts because I'm rubbing my eyes every single day, but also having concealer lip. The only thing that sucked about concealer lip, I love a concealer lip, but then you would get the butthole. Like when it would start to wear off, because the pink starts to show.
That was never my okay. So I think we loosely talked about this a couple episodes back, but my family liked to go to the tanning bed.
Yeah,
and we tanned. We
tan
gave
with
so much
you.
money to Desert Sun.
Those girls knew you by a first name.
Yeah, we spent my parents very much should have just opened their own Desert Sun for that matter. But we went to Desert Sun a lot. So I didn't do a lot of concealer or like foundation in my senior year. One, because at that time I was just kind of like I was kind of lazy with my makeup.
Right.
And I would get like occasional like breakouts.
Yeah.
And I just found that it was so much easier just to not put anything on my face. Mind you,
did you have
that was
acne at all?
not really, not in the traditional sense. Like I would get pimples occasionally, only on days that really mattered.
Right.
But not terrible. It would mostly like happen like in my forehead or like in my chin, but not really like in the traditional sense, thankfully.
So I know there is myths saying that like where you get your pimple is where you're having like issues in your body, right? Or it could just be that I'm also burning my skin with like Noxema.
Oh, Noxema, the pads.
Yeah, and then also using the apricot scrub, the apricot
Did
walnut
you ever
scrub.
use Seabreeze?
Uh-uh.
Seabreeze was another like astringent toner. And it
Yeah.
came in
Just
like a
stripped
yeah.
everything away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I didn't know what I was doing, and then I would just have like raw flesh. We weren't putting on moisturizer. You know, we're just slathering on makeup. I had the
Wanna
Dream
know a
Matte
secret?
Mousse.
Wanna know a
What?
secret? I still use apricot scrub, and I really love it. I still do. To this day, I
They've
use
changed
it
the
like
ingredient.
I usually use it once or twice a week, and then I follow it's part of my like double cleanse. So it's like my exfoliant and my skin starts to feel really shitty. But no, I know the Dream Matte Mousse. I
Yeah.
know that so many people loved that, and I had some and I hated the formula. So maybe that's why I'm
Mm.
terrible at doing a full beat, is that like it just was so cakey.
I loved a Dream at Moose, but I, unlike a lot of people, I mean, I did have a period where I thought I was tanner than I was. So I had
Oh, the line? Oh, yeah.
the line of demarcation of
Yeah.
oxidization, but I always got the lightest shade of every foundation because I was convinced I was the
Yeah,
lightest
yeah.
color of white. But
Mhm.
like I am olive tone and a lot of the lightest
Mhm.
shades are like the peach tone. So I just looked
Mhm.
red all the time. Like I
Oh, yeah, yeah.
looked like either dead or like someone's sucking the life out of me or like a porcelain baby doll with a red face.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why I
Contrary
always had a
who?
hard time. That was I the color selections of the
Mhm.
like the early 2000s was not
Mhm.
really there. You had Ghost, you had Pink
Yeah.
Ghost,
Yes.
or
Pink
you
ghost.
had
That was me.
Tan. Those were like the and it wasn't like, "Oh, I went on a summer vacation tan." It was like somewhere in the middle of trying to give like a tone for people with darker skin colors, but it was still
Right.
white. It was white. Because we didn't have I mean, there wasn't such a vast like color option as there is now in
Mhm.
most brands, and we didn't really have I know the Ultas were probably a thing, but they weren't really a thing where we grew up. We had Target or like
Right.
Walgreens. We had full drugstore makeup, and then eventually we got a Sephora. But again, that was like in the
It took
mid
forever to get a
yeah.
Sephora. Mhm.
Um and then eventually an Ulta showed up too, but even so, like most of what we had options to were you could only get them at unless you got I don't can you get makeup at Macy's? I think you might, but, like, if you got it at Macy's, then you were, like, bougie
Yeah,
fancy.
Macy's counter. Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's like we grew up on things like Avon makeup with those tiny little lipsticks. Um and then drugstore brands or things you get at like Target or Fred
Mhm.
Meyer or Walmart. So primarily, I feel like we used Maybelline a lot. There was CoverGirl because that's what we used for like powder. My mom
Mhm.
to this day, unless she's changed it recently, has used the same CoverGirl eyebrow pencil since like the 90s. I think it's a red eyebrow pencil and she's used like literally the same one. But my mom was also kind of a victim of the thin brow. Like
Yeah.
her brows were perma-thin forever. My younger sister had she literally, like, she plucked her eyebrows. She was at the peak of the thin brow, like, plucked her brows so thin that she had to get them, like, what is that?
Microbladed.
Microplaned, Jesus Christ. Microbladed, yeah, she's gotten, like, her eyebrows microbladed so that, like, they come back. I
Mhm.
guess it's, like, a blessing in a way that, like, I just was lazy and didn't really give a shit if my eyebrows were thin or not, and so
Yeah.
now they're just, like, just thick
So I'm
brow
gonna
all
tell
the
you
time.
something. So that picture
Please.
that I showed you,
Yes.
I loved getting my all of my eyebrows waxed except for the nubs in the front.
No.
So when I showed you this picture, okay, and they didn't have like I wasn't using like Anastasia Brow products. I wasn't using anything except Amazon, an Avon pencil that I think was like an eye pencil, lip pencil, like brow pencil combo, because we love a a multifaceted use tool.
We do.
And I just need to show you because I am a victim here. I'm the victim. Okay? Because these brows are not even cousins. One goes up, right? One goes up. It's not even the same brow. Like
The
that is a
distance,
sperm
but like the
brow.
distance between them is what is so impressive.
Absolutely criminal. This is a crime.
Did
This is a
somebody do that
crime.
for you? Did you pay somebody to give that to you, or did you do that
I
yourself?
paid someone to do that, of course, at
Hot
at
nails?
Paulsville Village.
Hot
Hot nails. Yeah, I got my
you went to hot
acrylics done. Mm-hmm.
You got your nails done at Hot Nails, and then you
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no. Okay, so if we're gonna talk about brows,
Mm-hmm.
after we've moved on from
Which, by the
thin
way,
brow, oh friend,
those are commas. Those are commas.
the curve of your eyebrow is so lovely.
This is that is a crime. That's a crime.
I'm Oh, I was like, why did it get so dark? My my light died. Ooh,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
that's all right.
But this was that shape. That is what I asked for.
That is it. What kind of plug is this? Oh, I don't have that plug today.
That's me
Oh, I love
making that
that.
face.
I love that.
That definitely was a MySpace profile picture for EV long time. Because I wanted everyone to know that I got the Amber Pacific album.
Okay, but like, look at this brow.
Oh, that's
The
a
sperm
moment.
brow. Yeah, that was what I
Absolutely.
was trying to get to. I was trying to find
Well,
when
in
you
comes the
moved on.
2010s.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Overly drawn Anastasia brow, dip brow,
Yeah, the dip brow. So yeah, so we
dip
mosey
brow.
on into the 2010s, right? So in comes the influencer era, right? So we're having
Mhm.
tutorials from my favorite was Jaclyn Hill. I loved Jaclyn
Mm.
Hill. Nikki tutorials.
Oh, I love Nikki tutorials. That was my favorite. I watched so much Nikki tutorials. I was convinced that I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I can do this.
Same. Michelle Phan.
Oh,
Like,
she's the originator of Ipsy. Did you
yeah,
know that?
which I didn't know until recently.
Which I
But
still get.
I loved. You still get it.
Mhm.
Are you the one keeping them in business?
No. I did take a break for a while and I just
Yeah.
restarted again. Cuz
Mm-hmm.
like Jordan gets it. And she was like, "Mom, you should have this too." And I was like, "Okay, I'll get it." And so I started doing it again, but I had stopped like during COVID cuz I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm sitting at home with a newborn, like I don't need this. I did need it.
Yeah. Do
But
you
I
still
need it
get the
now.
little bags and stuff each month?
Yeah.
I
So
love that.
November was like a teddy bear bag. It was really furry and soft.
Oh, that's
Um,
cute.
and then the October bag was like snakes. It was cute.
Oh.
Mhm.
And is it still
And
$10 a month?
no, I think it's 14.
Okay. I
But
mean, it makes sense
yeah.
because 10 years ago is when I first jumped on the Ipsy train.
The
But
one
yeah,
Oh, go
go
ahead,
ahead.
sorry. No, go ahead.
No, that was, I was just going to say that was during the time that I thought that I could be a YouTube influencer. And that is private on this channel. Um, of me doing that eyebrow tutorial. And I am so mortified because I'm using like, let me see if I can find like an angled brush, right? I'm using
Oh,
an
I loved a
angled
good angle
brush
brush. Yes.
and I'm just laying it flat here
Mm.
and going across.
Mhm.
Like this thickness all the way across in whatever shape I wanted. And then I would just clean it up with a Q-tip at the end and just like make it sharp at the end. But this girl was just like they they were they were obstructions, right? They are dead end here. These are roads. These are
I I have so many photos
construction
of
zones.
myself
Yeah.
in not with eyebrows. Well, I obviously have eyebrows,
Mhm.
but I have so
Right.
many photos where I was like, when I left the house, I was like, "Bitch, you're slaying. Like, you look so great." And then I
Slay
look back at
queen.
these photos that I posted on Instagram, and I'm
Mhm.
like, "Oh my god, like, what in the heck?" Like, I have one where, like, I attempted and I'll have to send it to you on like, send it separately, but it was 4th of July one year, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this really, like, festive 4th of July look," and
Yeah.
I did this crazy, like, half blue, half red, tried to draw, like, stars in there, did, like, this hyper winged liner because as you were getting later in the, like, 2010s or, like, the
Mhm.
2010s to whatever, like, doing this, like, really, um, very wide Amy Winehouse type of eyeliner,
Yes. Mhm.
cat's eye winged liner became a thing, and I was like, "I am gonna be the next." I think that at that point, I was thinking about, like, going to, like, Evergreen Beauty School, and I was like, "I need to learn my makeup so I can I can be a makeup artist," but, like, it was so messy and it was so crazy, and then to have, like, that spermy eyebrow where, like, it was
Yeah.
really thick at the like, at the front, and then it did, like, this
Mhm.
weird arch and then kind of, like, spindled down into nothing. That was a mess. It was
I mean,
always a mess.
the 2010s blurred really into that 2016 kind of influencer where we did have that harsh contour. Everything was on fleek
Oh
or on
god.
point,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to bring up this is when I thought I was a makeup artist, right?
Oh,
I
I
mean,
love
this is
that
also
though.
stunning. I do not look like this. This is
I
stunning, gorgeous, like airbrushed model. Like,
Yeah, you have always done really great makeup. It has
look at
always
those
been something I
brows.
like to look at.
Look at those
Yeah.
brows. Mamacita. But like makeup looks
Mhm.
like this took me 2.5 hours. And then I'm going to my
Mhm.
retail job. I'm I'm
Yep.
going to work at the Old Navy. Like
Yep. Yep, yep,
that
yep.
that is how I looked. So you're telling me
I
we're
Yeah.
looking at like the Kim Kardashians, we're looking at the Kylie Jenners,
Mhm.
because that's really the difference where I feel like the 90s were about like embracing the berry and the life and the youth. The 2010s or the 2000s brought in like the millennials into the like intergalactic, into the like what's flattering your own body. So all of a sudden 2010s into 2016, it's like we need sharp, we need matte lips, matte
Oh, Matt.
face,
Oh, Matt
like
everything.
matte everything. We had we it was a moment. Remember the crackle nails? And then putting a matte top
Oh,
coat on top of that? It was
yeah.
like we really needed that shift. But also what came was highlighter.
Highlighter.
And the more highlighter, like this is straight up, this is picking up as highlighter, but this is chunky glitter.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, because this is also when I started working at Sephora, and I got my first, like, I think it was a Makeup Forever highlighter, but it was a highlighter palette. And like
Mm-hmm.
one was like the like more pearlescent that I used every single day. There was one that was like more peachy, used every single day, and then one was icy. I didn't use that at all because I wanted that like that that landing strip, so to speak, on
Oh,
my
uh-huh.
cheekbones because I needed everyone to see that these are my cheekbones right here, and I look amazing. My brows look amazing. I was wearing lashes everywhere. And
Oh, yeah. A big thick lash
a big
too.
thick lash.
With no business wearing because like your eye, and I also found those where like your eye is like half open because
Yeah.
the lash is so heavy. But I remember that I so badly wanted, and like during the 2010s is when I started to like really pay attention more to makeup because in I had started working more in like more customer facing jobs. So I was working at like a bowling alley, and then I like
Mhm.
eventually started working at Torrid.
Mhm.
And I mean, like at the bowling alley, I don't give a fuck. Like I was trying to make money. So I was just doing what was like trendy at the time, which was like a simple wing liner and some blush. Um, but then, and sometimes I would do like a wispy lash because I did love a good wispy. It was always kind of like it
Mm.
was thicker, but it wasn't super heavy. Um, but when I started working at Torrid, I started to do a little bit more. And I started wearing I had been wearing for a while like the Maybelline Fit Me
Mm.
foundation. I wasn't
Yeah.
using concealer at the time, just the Fit Me foundation, and I would usually with a brush. I did it with like a flat, just a flat foundation brush,
Mhm.
did whatever that was, and then set it with the corresponding powder because with the Fit Me, you got the foundation and then they had the corresponding like pressed powder, and I would pop that on, and then I would do just like a simple wing liner, mascara, and then that was it. Um, it wasn't until I started working, and I feel like I've now repeated this because I'm trying to get to that point. When I started working at Torrid, that I just paid more attention. I bought more concealer. I was trying different lip products. So, like, lime
Mhm.
crime was a really big thing at the
Yeah.
time. Um,
I mean, this is also the time that we're learning about online retailers instead of having to go into a
mhm,
drugstore or learning about Sephora coming to our little small town. We're learning about line
mhm.
crime. We're learning about color pop. We're learning about
Oh, ColourPop, mhm.
um
My baby.
oh, what is Marlene Estelle's makeup that she had? Oh no. Someone's gonna tell me in the comments. Um, but continue.
No, I mean, like, so a lot of the like Anastasia Brow, and then it was the
Makeup
introduction
Geek.
again.
Thank you.
Oh, Makeup
Makeup.
Geek, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but the one that really got me was the introduction of Urban Decay.
When we could finally afford a $25 pen
Urban Decay.
or pencil.
Urban Decay. The Urban Decay had that palette. The what's it called?
Was it the nudes, right?
Yes.
The naked palette.
The Naked
Yeah.
palette. That
Mhm.
palette, I s I'm a sicko when it comes to my makeup, so, like, no judgment to our
Yeah.
listeners.
Mhm.
I still have that
Your
palette.
original makeup n you have the original. Okay, so was
Not
the
the original,
original
not the long one. I have the square
Mhm.
one.
Okay, this
It's like
little square one? Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So I
love
still
those
have that
makeup
one.
palettes. Let's see, I
Mind
still have mine
you,
in here.
I'm not like a hard makeup everyday kind. I should have brought my stuff in here, but I just didn't. But I still love it because most of the
Mhm.
time, like my makeup now is used more for like play. I don't, and I have like my set stuff that like I use regularly. But if I'm doing like play makeup, yeah, I never had that one. I have the other one.
Yeah,
Um,
this I'm never getting rid of this, even though it's a penny. My goodness, Miss Ma'am. It's okay.
but I mean, we didn't really have uh we didn't I mean, I don't wanna speak for you, but, like, I didn't really know what, like, Mac was. Mac was, like, a big deal, but I didn't really know what
Yeah,
it was until the 2010s when I could go to a physical, like, Mac
right,
store or go to, like, a Sephora that carried Mac, um,
right.
and I was
Because
just
it's
like,
also the thing about
"Whatever."
accessibility. You know, you hear about these brands being
Mhm,
like, "Oh, they're from the 80s, they're from the 90s. They started here." And it's like, "Okay, but we also are from a small town. So outside of the drugstore, we weren't seeing it, unless we
mhm,
could purchase
mhm,
it at the mall. And we didn't have the kind of money to throw down at the Macy's or the Bon Marché or JC Penney, when they used to have the perfumes or the things like that. You know what I mean? Like that's just
mhm,
kind of
mhm.
how it was. And I mean, we could talk about perfumes and stuff another day, but you had
Oh, yeah.
asked me what perfume that I had, and I had Clinique Happy. I had no idea that Clinique had makeup
Yeah. No.
until well into you know well into my high school years when I finally started
We
working, and I'm seeing
yeah.
that it was like that. I can't remember that color. Oh, the supermodel whatever color, and it was like I just thought
We
that
had
Clinique had perfume.
perfumes, yeah. Well, okay, so, like,
Mhm,
my mom would get, um my dad would buy my mom, like, perfume every Christmas, and so
mhm,
he would go, obviously, to Macy's, like, on Christmas Eve and buy
mhm.
her favorite perfume, but you would always get, like, samples and stuff, so my mom always had, like, this random assortment of, like, Clinique samples, she would get, like, Lancome samples, and
Yeah.
so we would always kind of, like, rifle through, like, her stuff, as like girls do in their mom's makeup, like whatever.
Yeah.
And so I did know that like there was other brands like that, but until I was able to experience it myself, like go to a store, those brands like were adult brands in my
Right.
eye. Like they were
Mhm,
like for adults only. Like perfume,
mhm.
if if I couldn't get it at, like, Victoria's Secret or buy it from a retail store, the perfume-wise wasn't, like, real perfume. It was something that you got for Christmas, and you would get, like, a travel one or, like, something that
Mhm.
was small. My choice outside of Love Spell, so I kinda, like, posted that up there onto our Instagram story. Love Spell was my absolute favorite. They also had, like, a
Yeah.
strawberries and cream one that was really good,
Oh.
from Victoria's Secret, but I also love and still love to this day, I found it in my memory box that I keep under my bed, the DKNY Be Delicious. You give me a green apple smell, and I will fall to the ground.
Absolutely.
I love it,
Absolutely.
but I did really like Clinique Happy too. Um,
It's just the smell of childhood
it's so
for
good.
me, you
It
know?
just it truly does smell happy. My younger sister was obsessed with Vera Wang's Princess for a really long time. That was like her smell because she was like, "I'm a princess." Blah, blah. Um, but, but she loved that so much. But like even even if you think about brands that I mean, I didn't really know that Coach was more I thought it was just
I just
a
thought in a bag. Mhm.
purse. Yeah, a purse that I would see like in the locked case at the Macy's when we were walking
Mhm.
around like um but I mean there's so many brands that as we were introduced more to that YouTube era of seeing people try things, seeing different techniques. I've watched so much Bailey Sarian and her
Oh my gosh.
Murder
Yeah.
Makeup Mondays,
Yeah. Murder
um,
Makeup Mystery Mondays. Yeah, whatever it
Murder
is.
Makeup Mystery Mondays. I loved her very much in, during lockdown, like during COVID lockdown, I really started watching, Robert Welsh.
Mm.
So he and his brother James are twins, identical twins. And Robert does makeup and James does skincare or like lifestyle
Oh.
stuff. And they're hilarious. They're from the UK, so they have a really fun like British accent. Um but like we had talked about Nikki Tutorials was one of my favorites.
Mhm.
Um Jaclyn Hill, I didn't really watch a lot of Jaclyn Hill or like Huda Beauty. I didn't really
Yeah.
watch I never really watched her a lot. Um but yeah, I just there's a couple I really like. I don't know. I like to watch other people of like different ethnicities or different like skin
Mhm.
colors do makeup because I find that I like watching their techniques.
Yeah.
Because like as a standard like white girl, um there's only so many like white girl makeup tricks I can see, but I like to see how folks with like darker skin blend their stuff out or different shaped eyes. Like, dogs are a little goofy today. They're
They are restless right now.
they're like,
But
let me out.
yeah, if you guys have lots of stories of nostalgia relating to makeup and your love or hate for makeup and you think we're all wrong or we're all right, let us know down in the comments, or send us a message over at peakmillennialspod@gmail.com, or you can email us. Wait, that is an email address. Or you can message us or DM us over on Instagram. Do you want to do Ask a Millennial?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you want
I
me to read the first
do.
one and then you can read the second one?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into it. So, this first story is an Am I Overreacting one. So, it's Am I Overreacting for arguing with my husband and not wanting to make up anymore? Not wanting to make up anymore. Okay.
Okay.
I think I was searching makeup and I think I pulled the wrong thing. Anyways,
We'll read it anyways.
we'll read it anyways. Okay. Okay, so
You
husband
saw
asked
makeup
me.
and that was
Well,
it.
I was like looking through a couple of them and now I'm like, I copy and pasted the wrong one. So it's fine. But this one is my husband asked me to do his laundry, so I happily washed, dried, and folded his clothes on the dining table because he was not or he was on night shifts and would sleep most of the day. I left his most expensive shorts downstairs because they were hang drying. It sat on the table for a few days because when he wakes up, I'm thinking about making him food and hanging out and then just hope and just honestly forgot about it. There wasn't a whole lot, anyways. Well, tonight he gets out of the shower and says, "Oh, dang, my shorts are still downstairs," and proceeds to tell me I didn't do his laundry because I didn't bring it upstairs. I could have left it at that and went to go get his clothes, But it's that time for me, and WTF, you can't go get them. So naturally, I tell him I did do his laundry. I just didn't bring it up here. So I'm assuming upstairs. Then he continues to tell me how it's and I should have put it away. What else do I do? I'm home all day. It's my job. Blah, blah, blah. He then decided to get spicy and throw in how he never has his lunch packed either. Which really sets me off because, first off, yes, he does. And secondly, he has expressed multiple times how much he loves leaving work for lunch to go out and get sandwiches, and it's just the same price to pack a lunch. He also doesn't like to eat leftovers sometimes if it's not all protein. Mind you, I usually ask him if he needs me to pack anything for him when we don't have leftovers, and he said he's fine, but then uses it against me. I then went and got his clothes, threw them at him. He tells me I'm such a good woman sarcastically, so I told him I don't respect him. He storms off to the couch, and it's been 2 days of the silent treatment. I guess I'm an asshole for opening my mouth in the first place. We have petty fights all the time, and I'm always the one to go to him to make up, and I don't want to anymore. We are in our 30s.
Fuck that guy.
Okay, first off, fuck that guy. Secondly, if a man ever raised a voice at me, he would not be on the couch. He would be in the dumpster. He would be buried in the ground.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She is not overreacting. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever. I'm so sorry to that poster that they have to go through that type of bullshit. So, like, one, I have a very hot take. If you're in a marriage, regardless if one person stays at home and one person works, you are in a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
You are partners together. You are partners in life. You are partners in love. You are partners in all aspects of the word. Now, if someone is staying home because they are privileged enough to like only need to have a one income type of home,
which I would love that.
I would also love that too. But that does not mean that all of the housework and all of that like labor of being at home falls solely on that person. Your partner, typically your male partner that is working outside of the home still has the ability to notice that their laundry is sitting on the table downstairs, or that
in 30s.
Yeah. Or that they don't need to leave their shoes in the middle of the hallway, or that if they want a lunch that they can easily say, "Hey, dinner tonight was super delicious. Do you mind if I could have some for lunch tomorrow?" Or better yet, here's a little hot take on that one. Better yet, they could pack their own lunch. They're not a baby. They're a full-grown person. I'm not your mom. I'm your partner. I'm your wife. I love to do things for my partner, but I also know that he's grown enough that, like, if I'm doing something else, he can pack his own lunch. And especially if the writer wrote down that, like, he has mentioned to her multiple times that he likes to leave and go buy a lunch. Why am I going to pack you a lunch if you literally told me that you like to go out and buy lunch?
Right.
I'm not going to do it.
I mean, I would tell her, stop doing his laundry, stop packing his lunch.
Stop.
You want the silent treatment? I will show you the silent treatment.
Yep. Stop.
But
stop it all.
If this was my relationship, this is my relationship. My husband would never do that.
No.
But she doesn't have to work. She's cooking, cleaning, doing all the things for him. So basically his mom. I would be getting the mom involved.
Yeah.
I would say, hey, how do I resolve this with your son? He's expecting me to be you. And my expectation of him is partner.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't give you support, your expectations as each other's partners, each other's married spouses, is different.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's
And
time to
that feels like it is a deeper conversation
Mhm.
of when it was decided that like she was going to stay at home. Was it like said, okay, you're staying home, so everything falls on you. Grocery shopping, laundry,
Mhm.
cleaning, like all of that falls on you. Like, to be very fair, it's kind of a it's kind of an unfair separation of responsibilities because he goes to work, let's just say from 7 to 4, 7 to 3 or whatever. So during that time is his like work day.
Right.
But her work day is from the moment that she wakes up relatively to the moment that she goes to sleep every single day, because if she has to make sure that he has lunch, that he has breakfast, his clothes are clean, the house is clean, like that's just an unfair separation of responsibilities. Like,
Right.
yeah, he has work, but technically like her hours should reflect those same. If that's what her job is, then her hours
Mhm.
should reflect that sameness during that time frame, and then all the other hours of the day, those tasks are split 50-50. Like,
Mhm.
just because you get to work in an office doesn't mean that my work at home is any less than yours. Because
Absolutely.
I can almost guarantee that if she were to like write out monetarily all of the tasks that she does in a day, she would make more money than him.
Ding ding ding.
I get a little that's a little hot. That's a little hot for me. Those situations make me
Yeah,
frustrated.
they make me hot. All right. You want to take our actual second one that relates to our topic?
I do. So
Perfect.
this is, am I the asshole for yelling at my sister about makeup? So, a little background. I, 17 female, and my sister, 15 female, share a room in our house since our house is small. A few months ago, I had a terrible accident with eye problems that led to my eyelashes falling out. I am so sorry. That is a literal
Oh,
nightmare.
oh,
About 2 months ago, I found a lash serum that had great reviews and decided to try and grow my lashes back after my accident. The only issue is very expensive, and I was desperate to get them back. I had used the serum for a month until one morning I caught my sister using it too. I was furious. I had spent my money to bring back part of me I was insecure about. Upon yelling at her, she just rolled her eyes and told me that she needed it more than I did. I was horrified. I screamed more, and after she got mad at me for screaming, she yelled at me and threw it in the toilet, flushing it away. I would fucking rage.
oh
And
my
since
God! What?
since it was a small, thin bottle, it went down right away. I stood in shock as she had done what she had did, and she left the bathroom like it was nothing, going off to get into my car. After a bit of ugly crying, I went to my car to get ready for school to find my sister in my car. I was still upset, so I told her that she can ride the bus from now on and I would no longer be driving her. I have never felt such hatred towards my sister, and I don't even know what to do about what she had done. I am devastated and heartbroken. Not the asshole.
Okay, so I
Oof.
The dogs have a lot to say about this one.
No
Can I
kidding.
just tell you? So it's one of those things that don't touch yourself. I
No.
learned like from the wrath of my sister when I touched her Doc Martens when I was in the 6th grade, and I scuffed them up. It was just a little bit. I scuffed them up, and I regret it. I still regret it. She still brings it up in conversation. It's been almost 30 years. She still brings it up. She says I ruined them. So like, I don't know.
You
Don't
just
touch.
buff out that scuff. It's fine.
Yeah. But like, don't touch their stuff. Like, don't touch their stuff. Don't do
No.
that.
Okay, 2 parts. 1, she's 15 and her sister's she's 17 and her sister's 15.
Mm-hmm.
I would have immediately gone to my parental or guardian or
Absolutely.
whoever. That would have been my first thing.
Mm-hmm.
2, as just a general rule of makeup/skin products,
Mm-hmm.
I do not share eye products with anybody for
Yeah,
anything.
you don't do that at all.
I
Don't
don't
do
I
it.
don't do it. It's not safe for anybody that's listening that doesn't do makeup. Uh like, you don't share eye stuff. You don't share mascara or eyeliner. Like, it's just not a safe thing because who knows who may be carrying the pink eye or the sty or
Oh,
whatever. Like, knock on wood, blech, yuck. But I would immediately go to whoever my guardian is at the time and be like, so and so literally just flushed my stuff down the toilet and now it's
mm-hmm.
gone. Like, this is something that I was using to bring back something that disappeared in an accident. Like, oh my God, I
Right.
can't even imagine.
I can't even imagine either.
Ugh. But it's such a, like, that is such 15-year-old behavior to just be like, fuck you,
Yeah.
bitch. And then to be like, drive me to school,
Yeah.
not even care.
Absolutely.
But I do think that the comments in this are in a line with us too.
Yeah.
And that her sister needs to be replacing whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. Yeah, this one says, your sister sounds like a spoiled brat.
It's true. It's true though.
How rude. I can't even imagine. Tell your parents and say that you refuse to give her a ride to school until she replaces the makeup and you want her to use her own money for it, not their money. Actions have consequences. She's not a child. Yes, she's still a child. Just she is still a
Yeah,
child.
she is.
Um
Mm-hmm.
she's a teener children. And knows better than to use someone else's makeup that's expensive and then flush it down the toilet. To be very fair, she I'm not trying to be like, oh, she doesn't know any better, but she just did what all teens do, and they
Right.
did something where she thought she wasn't gonna get caught, and then she got caught, and then she tried to like backpedal and be a bitch. Like, it happens. But
It
I still
happens.
think
It
that,
happens to adults too, still
yeah,
to this day.
yeah. I think that what needs to happen, in my opinion, is that the parents need to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
The sister needs to replace her serum. Have you ever used eyelash serum, by the way?
I've never needed it.
I was always really nervous to. I have some, but I've always been really nervous to use it consistently. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember there was like what was that stuff called? Juvia? Maybe not, that's not the right thing. But there was like eyelash
I thought it was like
serum.
Latisse or
Latisse.
Latisse or
I don't know what
Latisse. Yeah.
Juvia is. Never mind. Maybe that's the Botox. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, there was like Latisse that came out, and everyone was like, use Latisse. And then it was like, Latisse will change your eye color or could make you blind. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
it could
already
make you
blind
blind.
enough.
That's when it's like, nope, no, thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm already blind enough. I don't need that in my life too. But sorry, that was a really hard side path that I just walked down. But I think that, like, one, it's kind of shit that like she was feeling so insecure and she had to buy something like that with her own money and her like family wouldn't help. That would make me sad.
Yeah, I don't like that. But you know what? That sister sucks.
That sister sucks. That sister really sucks. I'm gonna be honest. If one of my sisters did something like that to me, I'd probably be like, "Give me back my stuff. Give back my stuff."
Yeah. Well, Natalie, we are at the end of our show. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, mostly Instagram and TikTok. I'm really bad at socials, and I'm trying to be better, but I'm a mess. You can find me on Instagram at Natalie Christina and same handle on TikTok. What about you, my darling?
Well, you can find me anywhere there's social media _queer auntie. Last night I did the watch along, which is probably why I'm yawning so much, for AEW, All Elite Wrestling, their pay-per-view last night. So, and it was announced on the Hive that I'll be writing over there. So,
hooray!
Doing more watch-alongs, doing more writing things, and I hope that you stop by. But yeah,
congrats.
We're at the end. Send all of your stories over at the Peak Millennials Pod Instagram. We'll see.
If you have any topics that you want us to talk about or bring up or any of that stuff, send it over to us. We are open to suggestions, or you just get to hear us chatter about random stuff.
That's true. Well,
I'm fine with you.
Well, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye.